Here we go, boys, to the ground.
Oh, it's totally dead.
All right, S2000. Here we go.
Welcome back to the vlog. First fail of the morning, getting the E36 started. So the thing has been sitting for so long, I feel so bad, but we got some cool stuff in store because all the rest of the parts came in and we're ready for the M50 intake manifold install. We're gonna save that for another video. First thing I gotta do today is head over to the DMV so we can get the WRX all registered up. Damn, what a dyno at?
Couple hundred at the wheels, no big deal.
So we got all of our paperwork right now. Tej and I just landed at AAA. Now, if you guys are a car guy, actually if you're even not a car guy and you don't have AAA, this is not a paid promotion by any means, but you don't have to go to the DMV. You can register cars and stuff at AAA. So we will check back in with you guys when the WRX is on the road. Everything that's been going on, I have not had a chance to really wash this thing properly. So that's why we got Daniel over here today. So Daniel's from OC Detail, and Daniel's gonna make this thing look brand new again. Now, if you guys remember, Daniel's the one who saved the E90, he completely transformed that paint job. So we decided we'll give him another shot on the E46 M3. And if anyone's in the Southern California area and you're looking for a detail, I highly recommend Daniel. We got two Daniels now that help us out with detailing, but Daniel has always done a great job for me, so we're gonna let him get to work. So while Daniel is working his magic inside on the E46 M3, I know you guys want to see the FD RX-7's new wheels, so let's go ahead and flash back to the clips of those things being test fitted.
Welcome back, boys and girls. We've got the FD here. Let's address what happened last week, and that was the cliffhanger we left you guys with when I was trying to start the car. It didn't start. It cranked and cranked and cranked. We have no fuel. So I took the Power FC back to Apex Integration in Irvine, and they put it on their bench tester, and we found a burnt diode in the fuel section of the chip, the board. So that thing shot. Unfortunately, they don't service them in the States. It had to be bagged up and shipped to Japan to be repaired. So we're now waiting on that to happen and waiting for it to come back. Once it's here, we'll plug it back in and see if we can get this thing to fire. Today, we're gonna work on the wheels instead. I need some good wheels on this to order on the shop. I was planning on taking these off and sending them out to get refinished, as I told you guys in a previous video. These are a period correct Racing Heart C5, I think. And as you can see, they're pretty hammered. If they're gonna be gone, I need to roll this thing around the shop on something. So I was thinking, well, what could I use? I could use the stock wheels, or hey, I have a set of wheels that I took off an S14 in my garage. Maybe I'll bring those down. They're a little bit more hot boy than the stock wheels, and see if they fit. So today we're gonna pop these off. I'm either gonna prepare to send these out for the refinish, or if these other wheels look really good, I might just leave them on the car. But we're gonna leave that up to you guys as well. You can leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the new wheels, if they actually fit. And yeah, so here we go. So here they are, boys. These are AME Shawlins. These are from 2005, 2006. These wheels were actually obtained for my Chicks S14, which you guys have seen, the pearl white S14. We ran them on there up until about a year ago when we put some HREs on the car. I don't know that these are gonna fit. I did a little bit of research and they're in the ballpark, so we're gonna put them on and see. I know the hub bore is okay, so we're good there. It is big enough and it might actually be perfect. We're gonna find out. But they are a staggered fitment, so they're 19s, which in my opinion is a little big for this car, but we're gonna take a look. I love the deep lips. I love the convex faces on them for brake clearance. I think it's cool and it's very period. So without further ado, let's see if they work. Looks like we have a little fake center lock cap and a cover for the lug nuts and some really rusty brakes. So let's see. I already did some digging in the toolbox and found the Allen key that removes this nut, and it looks like we've got 4 bigger bolts and 2 smaller bolts. I believe the 2 smaller bolts are what hold this cap on and this stuff comes off, so we're gonna give that a shot. Get the right size. Oh, that thing's on there. All right. I don't think I have to take all 4 out. I did a little research online about these because I was trying to source the other 2 center caps for the other side because I only have 2 center caps at the moment. Oh, yep, looks pretty loose. That's a good sign.
A few moments later.
Wow, this thing's pretty hammered. Looks like this definitely needs to be, if we do run these, gonna need full refinish. Oh, sweet, 3 lug nuts. Not 5, 3. I guess this must have been just a temporary deal to roll it around the shop is my guess. Glad we're pulling these off. All right. Man, these are some ugly lug nuts. Can we get a peek at these things? Whew. Looks like they're off of a semi truck. All right, here we go. Wow, look at that. Made in Japan. Heart. 18 by 9.5, 44 offset, and drilled for 4 and 5 on 100, 5 on 112, 5 on 120, 4 on 114, and 5 on 114. Well, I know this is 5 on 114, so I'm guessing that these are just pre-stamped. These are actually 4 and 5 on 114 dual drill. So you can see there's 10 holes. Since this is all covered, you can do this. It makes it, this wheel be able to fit a lot more cars. So we're gonna put these off to the side. Go and pull the front one off as well. Man, these things are hammered. Rip. Just added a scratch to them. So one thing, these definitely are a safe fitment for this car. There's a lot of actual room outboard and inboard. So if we were to actually disassemble these and rebarrel them, we could actually make the outer lip probably an inch wider and probably an inch and a half wider on the inside as well. Again, dual drills and only 3 lug nuts. So, all right, pull the wheel. Try not to hurt your back.
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Oh, 3-piece wheels, man, gotta love it. The nice thing about a 3-piece wheel is at any point in time you can pull these apart, and as long as you have the assembly hardware, you can rebarrel them. The offset on the face will stay the same, but you could actually add width or narrow inside, outside, however you want to kind of make it a little more universal fitment. It's pretty cool. Now that the wheels are off, is a good time to actually inspect what's going on inside the wheel well. As you can see here, it appears somebody has at some point put on, the previous owners put on a cross-drilled rotor, which is pretty cool. And judging by the way the back pad on this, where the back pad of the wheel was sitting, these look like they've never been used. Like the car's never been driven with these rotors on. It's literally just been sitting with brand new rotors on it. The stock Sumitomo Mazda brake calipers are still in place, covered in dust. These calipers are actually quite sought after from the 886 Corolla community. This is a very common upgrade on the Corolla, 886 Corolla, to put these brakes on the front. And in order to do that, you usually have to shave off this Mazda logo because it does stick up about a 1/4 inch. Now's a great time to look at things. We have a, looks like a disintegrated inner wheel well. Looks like it's been rubbing on the tire at some point. So it basically has been dangling and ripped out. We've got some sort of really oddball spacers, if you can see those under my arm here, in the spring. I'm guessing, these are H&R springs, but I'm guessing that was sitting too low. So they inserted those to keep the springs from sagging, which is pretty ghetto, not Mickey spec. It does appear that this has been resprayed, which means they got overspray all over all the plastics, which really pisses me off to no end because now I gotta go in and remove all that. And we do retain the back half of the wheel arch, so that's good. They kind of have it tucked in behind the body kit here. Looks like I could definitely play with it a little bit, make it nicer. And now, since I'm gonna lower this car pretty aggressively, I'm probably not gonna need this anyway. I'll probably cut this, and it'll probably, you wanna retain this portion of the splash guard to keep rocks and debris out of the door jamb. So what happens is the rocks and debris get into the door jamb, then when you open and close your door, it scratches the shit out of your inner door area and your door sill. So what I like to do on my builds is I like to cut these out because I do like to sit low. I'll pick a good point where there's a mount, where the top mount is. This one's really good right here. And I would actually cut this out from here to about right here. That way at the top of the arch, from about here to here, you've got no plastic liner. The FDs are actually really unique in that I'll show you guys, in that they have a hole here. You can see my hand goes all the way through into the wheel well. When you don't have those inserts, all the rocks and debris come into the engine bay. When you've got your air filters and all your other bits right here, it's a good idea to close that back off. So I will be ordering a new set of these for the fronts, and I will cut those right along this line, probably right here. And so the plastic will be in behind all this stuff to keep all the crap out, that's more Mickey spec to me. Let's see if they fit the car. So these are 19 by 10 plus 15. And you can check that by looking back here. It's usually stamped. And these wheels are, like I said, AME Shawlins, but they're manufactured in Japan by Enkei, which is pretty cool. Enkei is the #1 wheel manufacturer in the world. Oh my God, I think the fitment is pretty much spot on.
Dude.
What do you think, Ev?
These are sick. These are old school wheels. Look at the lip on the front.
Tons of brake clearance. I gotta trim this out, but I think we're gonna put it on the ground. Just do one side. And
Oh, you do?
The rear's on. The lug nuts stick out a bit in the rear, these tuner lugs, and in the front they are actually, because of the difference in offset, they're actually sunk in. So
yeah, this is perfect.
I'm not sure I love the lug nut look, but I think it'll do for now. I only brought these down so I could take these to get them refinished. But man, if these fit as good as they look like they do, I may not even mess with that.
Dude, let's lower.
Anybody want to buy some racing hearts? Here we go, boys, to the ground.
Look at this lip.
I mean, okay, so there's definitely coke right now, but once this car gets lowered another 2.5 inches, the camber's gonna come in a little bit, and I think this is gonna be the fitment, boys. Well, I guess there's only one thing left to do. That's get all 4 of the wheels on, get it off this lift, and show you guys a quick little cinematic footage of the car sitting on the ground on these wheels. Leave a comment in the comment section. Should I run these wheels or should I refinish these for the first portion of this first generation, phase one of this build, which is early 2000s street racer style. Think Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. This is the idea and look I'm going for with this car on phase 1.
Very nice.
Should I pull those things out?
All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, let's go see how Daniel's doing on the M3. Oh my God. This is by far the shiniest this car has ever been. Holy crap. What'd you say?
1 set paint correction.
Dang.
I still could do a 2 and a 3.
Damn, Daniel is killing it on the detail with that car. So if you guys want to see the finished product, don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up. We'll be back tomorrow with the full reveal of the E46 and an install on the WRX. So we'll see you guys in the next video.